Most people think that if they just work harder, they will eventually break through. But what if I told you working harder is probably the problem, not the solution? And if working harder might actually be the very thing that is holding you back right now. And a few weeks ago, right, this is very real for me also. My coach hit me with a truth that I probably wasn't ready for, but I needed to hear. And that was like, Sumit, you're working too hard for your results. It was one line, it was one sentence. But, ouch, that one hurt, that one stung. And he was right. And when I finally accepted it, right, everything changed. I noticed that I had this habit of grinding. I had this habit of using working hard as a consolation prize, as a way to wear busyness as a badge of honor, or as a way to avoid the uncomfortable truth, the difficult conversations that I was not having, the difficult tasks that I was procrastinating because I had something to work hard on in the short term. And if you feel like you are grinding, if you feel like you're working a lot, but not moving the needle, not getting the results that you want, then keep watching. Because today, I'm going to show you why your hard work isn't paying off and what to do instead. And this is nothing to do with hard work. Hard work is never itself the problem. But if you use hard work as a strategy to fix every situation, then you become what I would call myself and you a hardaholic, right? And you don't want to be that. And I see this all the time. I see this with leaders. I see this with founders, CEOs that I normally work with, and even high performers, no matter which field or which functional role that they perform, they're stuck in the busyness trap, right? And how do you notice that? You wake up early and you jump straight into work mode, like emails, meetings, a million tiny fires to burn out, million tiny problems to fix. And what happens by the end of the day? You are exhausted, you're tired, you have been busy, you have been doing a lot. But what did you actually accomplish? And if you would be honest with yourself, probably not much. On a big picture, if you zoom out, how much has the needle moved in the goals, in your quarterly goals, in your yearly dreams, ambitions? Probably not a lot. And yet society tells us, yet people around us will appreciate us, recognize us for working hard. And people tell us that the busier we are, the more valuable we must be. Like for a long time, I thought that if I keep on working harder, then that's enough. Then things will just start to work out automatically in the outside world as well. Does that sound familiar? You keep grinding, you keep pushing, and then you burn out. Then you're exhausted and the needle has not moved. I've been there. I know you have been there. And I know how frustrating it is to feel like you're working very hard, but nothing is moving. And the worst thing is that the solution that you think of this dilemma is to work more, to work even harder. The real problem here is that you're confusing being busy with being productive. You're confusing being busy or working hard with producing the results that matter. And again, most people think here the solution is to work harder. And that's so easy. But you're just rotating, you're just revolving in the same cycle, in the same vicious cycle. You're not getting out of it that way. That's like because that is like pressing the gas pedal when your tires are stuck in the mud. That's what happens. There's no point in pressing the gas pedals. You're only going to bury yourself down. Now, when you're stuck in this, if you can identify, if you can resonate with this, then you don't need more effort. You need better direction. And your brain is probably overloaded with unfinished tasks because most of them don't even matter. And most of them probably are better served if you drop them, if you say no to them. So the key is not to work harder. It is to focus on fewer things. It is to say no to things don't matter so that you can say yes to the things that matter, the right things, the things that will actually move the needle. One of my clients, David, was a founder of a startup. He had built his startup to 3 million ARR, but his calendar was packed. I asked him to show me his calendar. It was packed, like from the morning to the evening, Monday to Friday, it was packed. And I asked him one simple question. How much of this is actually driving his revenue, which was his big target, which was the thing that he has not been able to move in the last 4 years? And there was silence. He had no idea. He has no way to basically see that all of these meetings in the calendar, how much of this is actually connected to moving the revenue, and how are they, even if they're connected, how are they connected? Which are more important, which are less important when it comes to improving the revenue? So we simply zoomed in on the calendar and we started deleting one meeting after another from his calendar. What we ended up doing, we ended up cleaning his calendar. We removed all the distractions. And that was very uncomfortable to him. He thought he was disappointing other people. He thought he was not doing what he was supposed to do. He thought his business is going to fall apart. What he did not see was it was already falling apart. He was just trying to keep it together, but you're not growing. Within 30 days, after we cleaned up his calendar and I asked him not to say yes to anything which doesn't move the needle. Within 30 days, he went from overwhelmed to closing his biggest deal yet. He closed his biggest deal that probably added $500,000 to his revenue in just one day, while in the last 4 years, they have probably added a couple of million. They have grown from 2 to 4 million in the last 4 years. And now this guy added, just because there was an empty calendar and he was able to focus on one person, one deal, one big deal at a time, he was able to close a deal of $500,000 in just one single day in the next 30 days. Same person, same talent, nothing changed. Only how he focused his attention, what he said yes and no to, only that changed. So now you have a choice. Either you can keep grinding, you can keep hoping that more effort will magically get you different results, or you can break free from this trap of being busy, of working hard, and start focusing on what actually matters, and say no to everything else. Like eliminate everything else, delegate it down, or delay it for the future. But saying no right now, so that today, this week, this month, you focus on the thing that moves the needle. And if you're serious about making a difference, moving the needle in the results that you want, then put focus in the comments, and I will send you a simple 3-step framework. I will send you a simple framework on how to eliminate, because if everything is important for you, nothing is important. I have a very simple video. I will share that with you. I have a simple guide which will make it very actionable, because success in the end is not about doing more. It is about the right things. It is about asking the right questions. So stop asking, how do I find more time? Start asking the question, how do I do more in less time? That question, even if it is left unanswered, will give you more value than the question, how do I find more time? Because the truth is, the people who are most successful are not the ones who are working the harder. And yet this is nothing against working hard, but the most successful people, they know where to put their effort. So which one are you going to be? Over to you. Until the next time, keep choosing leadership.